my main passion. What I love the most is talking about politics. That's what I do every day. People talk about it. I'm always in it, on Facebook, everywhere. And I'm in politics to try to like change this country for the better, you know. Many people always complain about the inequalities, not only in income, but racially and all that. And Hispanics are the new growing population here. And, you know, in order to reach that majority, we have to also come with rights. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help people. I think this is what I believe. The U.S. is going with the immigration policy all wrong. Nobody is looking at the root of the problem. Like, you have many Republican candidates, especially saying we need to build higher borders. We need to, you know, put up electric fences. We need to hire more border patrol. But the reason people are coming here is because they have a lack of opportunity in their countries. So if they have that, what makes you think building a bigger border and more border patrols are going to help them? These people are desperate. They want a better life. And U.S. involvement obviously has not helped. It has not helped whatsoever. The U.S. has played an active role mainly in the late 70s and 80s during the times of the Civil War, because that was the time of the Cold War. You can argue that the Cold War started right after World War II. When the Soviet Union and the U.S. were indirectly fighting each other through ideas, but they were using other countries to, you know, as pawns to get their ideas through. Like, let's say Vietnam was a good example. You know, the North was communist, the South was capitalist, and all of a sudden, you know, the USSR supplied these people, and then the US supplied these people, and boom, that's what happened. The same thing happened in Latin America. The Reagan administration, for example, wanted more funds to fight communism in Latin America, and he sent weapons and arms to the militaries to fight the guerrillas, las guerrillas. And U.S. imperialism has been there ever since the Cold War ended. That's when they pulled out, but that's when some countries started adopting the dollar, like El Salvador, for example. You know, that's just another example of how imperialistic our country has been in Central and South America. El Salvador is not the only example. I'm just using it because I've heard stories about the Civil War, and I heard stories about how the U.S. brought their military down, created base, and had their own tanks. And at night, my dad, when he was a little boy, he would hear like tanks and gunshots at night, you know, when he was sleeping. And he slept right through it. He was like, oh, I was used to it by that time, you know. It was maybe like 2-3 years into the war, and I was just used to hearing gunshots. All I did was slept right under my bed, and, you know, I slept right through it. And he was like, in the mornings, he would see like dead people everywhere. He would see U.S. soldiers right there just surveying the territory for like mines, or like people's heads would be cut off. And, you know, the U.S. had like their own base right near like my dad's little village. They had their own base there. And ever since then, they never really left. Then they introduced the dollar, and the country became poorer because the dollar was worth so much, and the colon wasn't worth that much at all. Replaced it and made everybody else poor. The roads, the cars, they're all American. They're all industrialized West countries properties, or whatever they are. And it's kind of sad. Imperialism really screwed that country out. El Salvador is bound to have another civil war. Right now, the gangs are raging rampant, and the police right there, just like happening here in the U.S., police brutality, over there it's worse. What they do is if they see you have like a tattoo or something, they'll either arrest you or they'll shoot you. And then the gangs are obviously retaliating, shooting them back. Civilians are in the way, and now there's a big, huge divide. Soon, probably another civil war. It's just, I don't know. But for right now, if we get people educated, we get people informed, we get them aware of what we need to do, what is the problem, how to fix it, those who care will act. And that's the most important thing, you know. Information is power. It's true. But it's useless if you don't do anything with it. So knowledge plus action equals power. You got to do both.